And I swear it's the strangest thing, and I don't swear for real. It's just a figure of speech. But I was at a place called the Smoking Barraggio's, and a white man looked at me with plain bare brazen knock-roll goals, and he told me directly, yeah, in the afterlife through full sentences. He said, I don't like you because all women might have sex with you against my will and your will. And they told me that, and I was finished with the conversation. And it continued on with Sparsely Crockett's for like 8 hours in the afterlife. And that situation snowballed so fast, and I was not related to it. And before you know it, it was a situation larger than Conoco Go Hillgard Ridge. Yeah, Hillgard Riddles. Yeah, Hillgard Unit Riddles, if you will. Trying to pronunciate the real stuff from heaven, y'all. Yeah, excuse my cut grabs. But I'm not a terror nor a combative extra unless I have to be. Just like the police. Yeah, just like the police. So I don't have problems with nobody in particular. But if a man tell me that, then I didn't really care anything about it because I know my nature. And I focus on the song of the Lamb and doing things by God. Yeah, for God till later. And so when they told me that, it gravitated and it deprived me of my constitutional freedoms of going places. So I say if racism is back in America to the extent it was way back in slave trade union days, then why am I the only one they're telling this to? Because it has to be. Because if I'm living like this and I happen to have a job, then that's not the business of the next man in general. But if I'm a man doing everything that the government said do, and the government itself is discriminating against me as well, then I'm not in the same playing field as the opera. So if music artists are that much of a terror to the U.S. Embassy of Chipotle and Chatos, why did the government not request help from a foreign nation and try to end this terrorist regime? Why not, get help against this terrorist union from another place? Because they can't handle it. They can't handle or tolerate it in their own. Excuse me, but they can't handle it themselves. So why is they not able to do these things, in public? And that's what I'm saying. They can't get help for something that is the business of the property of the Justice Union this season. But these rappers were terrorist squads, just like some police officers. Because if a police was doing this stuff to me this whole time, yesterday, tonight, or tomorrow, in spite of anything this testimony has said or spoke on, then you understand what predicament the country is in. Because one man can tentacle Bobby Sundays, which means the same thing as it sounds. One man can Singapore Jafro Candies, and they didn't say he was dead, if you know what I'm saying. So it was dead in the 68, when that happened. But I wasn't the one there, any which way when that happened. And since I wasn't there, it did not apply to me. Because whoever that was sinned. They had one sin on their blessed reages when they went to heaven. They had one sin. If you look up Dexter Jerome Ray Jr., you'll realize he has no sins. The only one famous with the prophet Ty Keongos, and the only one in the heavens book of Lis Riajo's unit that says, Sher Cobb we Parvesians, which in heaven italics means this is an angel, royal fragiles. Because when heaven inspects the book of life and they look down on people coming to heaven, the first thing whoever up there do, the first thing they does or sees, just like one of those cricket preacher Gabrielle Sister Edie meetings or something. The first thing they do and see when they look is what that person was. So you see that when you see senior or somebody that's a human, it say that's a human. Wardrobe, that was a human, and that's it. When you see Dexter Jerome Ray Jr., the first thing in the heaven scribes, that's an angel. First. And then it tells you everything else about life review charts. And it's true. And everything else is confidential and sacred. For heaven only, y'all. Private. For the tabernacle of Sue. And IBS Coney. And that's true. The Song of the Lamb part 3 ain't gonna be here, y'all. I'm not gonna do it. I'm finished with it after this one. But the situation was so bad, and a lot of you not situations like that show me now what probably was going on at a later time, but still recent today to me. And that's what's happening consistently every day. Now, I'm a regular person. I ain't got no reason to be trying to pack up and go somewhere and leave somewhere else like that because I done nothing to deserve it. But if people are doing this to me and the U.S. government knows it, then they're in Kyrencio content. Yeah, they in concurrential content under statute 894085910111 under Jip Tiakogo. They're under intent of the statute called the Liberty Rights Act of 1965 for hypoiese, which is something they never discontinued ever. So the U.S. Constitution is still in content if these people in government agencies are sitting here with me and the criminals watching this happening and not acting on any way in the criminals. That means they can't defend themselves, they can't defend their soil, they can't defend their lands, and they can't defend their toil. They need help. So what they need to do is a beacon, a salute she shine, and go to every country in the world and tell them that America is falling government-wise in every which way, because they cannot protect their borders or defend their case. Because if one man is Sapere Ducey-eyed, y'all know what Colonel Akar Boo-Boo used to say? Yeah, Colonel Akar Boo-Boo, you know what he used to say? If one man is Sapere Ducey-eyed, then the U.S. government can't stand until it's Sapere Ducey-eyed. Without God the Father hands or anything like that, weird lame cans or something like that in the back of the pants like that. Yeah, brother Jans. And it's true. And I'm not responsible for the quality effort of Albria and you, but I am responsible for who I am in reality and not who are you. And that's something that everybody know and understand and agree with. Like, yes, you, me, and Summer come on the meeting. Yeah, where I drove those. At the meeting too. Free of JoJo's. Because I'm not responsible for how a person perceives me, but only what I display to the poor. And what I display to the poor is these raps and the Song of the Lamb separately, which at first tell you something different is going on unnaturally. So that tells you that if somebody can do it, then you know what it is traditionally for you. But if they got this too, then that means it's something better going on for you. But if you compare me to a rapper when I ain't got no rap scholar, then you will understand that you shouldn't. Wardrobe naturally. So if they compare me to a rapper, then get up the Song of the Lamb and hold that up there with all the factors that you know and don't know being unsaid, and all the factors that was never mentioned that's still in care. So all the factors that already was here, all of them right there is still in bread. So all the factors of the Song of the Lamb was doing good, and all has been said. 100% of the kid. And so if the Song of the Lamb is there and the fashion maneuver is understood, then that's the reason why. But if the U.S. government system was there for a rapper in the way it was for me, then we would not have no rap under God, no matter what, in the squadron or the sea. And that's true. But if they here, then it's weird because I'm not eligible for the group. From the things that I said and displayed and the things that they saw and they witnessed and the things that they gave to the public and the things that I mow and I glistening. Meaning all things was crow in the kitchen. I'm doing things from heaven because it's my nature. But not all men can say that and all men can't be contentious. Not all men can ascend it, if you know what I'm saying. And so if they can't ascend in the sky naturally, then they are not the chosen one. And it's just that simple. If somebody had to help them from heaven or earth or hell do something, then it was not authentic. And it's just that clear. But I myself didn't have any help to get here. But I must in the sight of those people, which means they can't be in heaven no matter what. Yeah, even later or after Cole's keeper. And so they understand the difference between me and them. I'm not the same as any man, but I am somebody. And I'm not just like a Clave or any can, because I am somebody. And that's all I can tell you. And since I am somebody, I can rap and laugh at theory art. But if they told me not to do something because Spreaker all of a sudden has decided to carry cart, then Spreaker is under threat of Terror Chiato Danger Radios in spite of newfound rapper a lineage in order to fight against something that's not combative or kinetics. And since Spreaker all of a sudden becomes somebody active in a crime situation, then now the U.S. consistory is over there and immediately in a natural constitutionary hearing and proceedings, because they cannot act against freedom of speech and liberty in an unnatural, indistinct way and manner, because it's mine if I prove it's mine, and it ain't mine if they said it's not mine, because it doesn't really matter what a person say if everything that you splaying and you got kind, if you know what I'm saying, like shot time, wardrobe, just like shot time. And so every time they been here and they erase their memory when they leave on purpose. So if every time they hear and they erase their memory when they leave on purpose, that means these gangs, guns, or the rappers, if you will, that did things to the U.S. Constitution system without trying on the actually kill, They trying to kill a man for rap skills, but not saying it in plain sight, which is not unheard of on the planet. If you know, like Mike, like Kid Skype, and they doing that in plain sight. That's one of them. Yes, sir. And if they doing this right here to a rapper who already proved themselves in every which way, in every which day, channel and Clay, which is true, then they're still doing something no matter what that's against every Scliffly rule. Every Scliffly rule. And they sitting right there with it to this day, because that is not a friend of me, or I'm an enemy in this way forever. Yeah, they ain't my friends. I ain't friends with no rappers. I ain't friends with no rappers because I already seen what happened to me. Yeah, earlier. Any side. Because what I do is an interest they ain't got. And that's it. Because if I live life royally and nobody cared, then that's why. And that's it. I was being set up to be shot by the U.S. Insta Alfredos. But under statute code 10-9 Ezekiel Raymond 5438 Shelly Shotwell Danzo, I am immune from the terrorist squad victim unit OC Pop Fred Tacos, which is Sabernacle Chia Dajos, and it's heavens italics as well as English and American, all mixed together. So I'm under attack in these ways, and it's not nothing except to anybody except who be the terrorists, and without knowing or paying attention to their ways. And since they are the terrorists and they're laughing at a hostage suspect that's bound up and tied up, broken, bruised, and tired from the crime, and they're sitting there mocking the bruises and the scars and the scratches, they're saying something that they themselves didn't know the answer for in plain sight. Because if a man ain't got no criminal history, meaning a consistent record to claim life, which Irajo, and anybody know and understand that, which is not President Dexter Jerome Ray Jr. any which way, also don't have a sin on the Bible, which is rare, I know, but it is the case today and forever. And so since that is the case, he's not eligible for anything unnatural happening to the Capella. And with that, I sum this recorded up saying, Chica Laco Bink Lacaz. God bless y'all. Over it dons. Insane.